revenue review. Getting right into it. Listen, I got a lot to do today, so we're going to jump into the review on the revenue. See how I did that? And we're going to talk about what made me money this week and how much money it made me. Got some sales on the second account. That feels good to get some sales back. So there were shenanigans in the last couple of weeks. I got theories on it. We'll talk about that in a moment. But As We Bolts had a weird week because there was manipulation. Market manipulation was taking place, and I don't like it. Come on, you goblins. So somebody bought out the entire Azurweave market and bumped up the price up to like 600 gold per Azurweave bolt. They also bought out the entire Awakened market and bumped up the price on that to 600. It was insane. It was too big of a risk and not a big enough reward, so there was a lot of days where I just did not do my craft because I don't want to buy high and sell low. This is bad business. So yeah, and I do my crafts at night and there's less buyers at night, so it was just too risky. I wasn't in on it. I've got 344 in here now. I had earlier in the week 450 that I pulled out of here in Azurweave bolts. That was on like the Sunday, Monday sales, and it was a lot, but it was inflated prices. The prices were higher. So it's a lot of gold, but it was also a lot of cost. So the profitability is still there. You know, CraftSim is saying that each one of these bolts is about 150 gold profit. I would think of it that way. But it's nice collecting 344k out of your bags. So scale up to it. Start with one character, and then get 2, and then get 3, and then get 5. Just scale into it. Scale into it at your own pace. It's not that big a deal. But I have a lot of characters doing bolts. 25? Bolts and transmutation of Awakened Heirs. Awakened Heirs make a killing as well. The profitability on those is between 130 and 150 each craft. So that's about 1,000 crafts. 10,000 gold profit per week. I like that. I like that a lot. Again, I didn't do it every day because I wasn't doing my full crafting clears every day. That's only like 2 days, maybe 3. Bottom line, about 1,000 gold profit per character per day. Excellent gains. I appreciate that a lot. Awakened Heir continues to crush. Azurweave Bolt, be very careful. Don't buy high and sell low. It's a bad move. Listen, Medallion of the Legion, a little bit of garrison gains. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to get back in the garrisons as well today. We're going to touch them up. I'm going to show the modified garrison clear and how I do that, and include the crafting and transmutation in the same run. So it's more like crafting bolts plus garrisons equals gains. It's the Dragonflight run. So look, we got some chopper sales in there. I don't know why, but we do. Volatile Lives, I was just liquidating a bunch of inventory that I got a lot of inventory across a lot of characters, and I lose track of it. It is what it is. Garrison gains, 5,000 gold per item. These are just so good. If you got garrisons, do the garrison. Yeah, so we're sitting at 570. We'll say 580. We had 450 that we pulled out, so we're at 9. We're at $1.05 million. $1.05 million. Not bad. $1.05 million on the main bank. So I got my other bank tune. Let's check it out. Whoa. Bananas. We got some sales in here. Shout out Banana. Last week's gold giveaway token winner. Gold giveaway token winner? Gold token giveaway winner? Anyways. Look at these Tomes of Illusions. They sold. Okay. This is why you need to craft these things and have them in your inventory and have a shopping or a sales string in TSM to post it when it's profitable. They're not making a killing. Don't get me wrong. This is like 100 gold profit, maybe 200, and there's very few of them. So it's not like it's crushing, but 38,000 gold is 38,000 gold, and I'll take it all day long. This is all Tomes of Illusions. A little bit of engineering toys. People just aren't interested. So the sales on those are really low, the engineering toys. The sale of the Tomes of Illusions are really low. People aren't interested. It is what it is. There are times there are teams. There are times where the market will reset on individual tomes, and all of a sudden this one that sells for 900, if there's none on the auction house, my shopping string will post it for like 10,000 gold. So that's a reset on the market. It brings the price way up. And then if you get a sale in that, your profitability, your margin of profitability is way higher. So that happens. There are times like, well, that's about the same. 4,000, 4,000. So you'll see big swings in there because there's not a whole lot of people that are doing the Tomes of Illusions, and it is server based. So yeah, you got an enchanter, you're making Tomes of Illusions, you make a little bit of gold. It's not gonna feed the family, but you're gonna make some gold on the side. It's a side gig, dude. This is gig economy. Moving on. Here's a good example of the market resetting. So on this specific stat listing, there was none on the auction house. So I'm gonna post it at 10,000. There are times where you'll get a sale at 10,000, and those are good days because usually the price is 300. Listen, when the ballers go in there and they want a certain stat on their stick, they're going to buy that stat. And 10,000 gold is, to a baller, not that big a deal. They move on. All right. I talked about this already, but I didn't switch the screen like a big idiot. So this is a good example of market reset. So the market for these resilient boots is typically in that 400 mark. What is going on? OBS is freaking out. Typically in that 400 mark. When those buckets run out and there's no postings, someone will come in and post it high at 6,000. I post mine at just under 10,000. 999, that's a bargain. Anybody will buy that, right? So this market is usually around 800, but if the stat line is not in the market, your posting string in TSM should be posted to gouge that market, because when the ballers come in and they're wanting to buy a set and they want a stat on their stick, they're not going to care if it's 9,900 or if it's 800 or 900. So get aggressive with those numbers and you'll get some sales like that. You will get some sales like that. That's how the market resets. In Dragonflight, there's so many little revenue buckets on all the different stat sticks. And that's why these crafters are making a mint, because all of those revenue buckets every single day have a chance of resetting. It is what it is. Make that money off those guys. They want to buy those things. You provide those things. They buy it. This is goblin capitalism. Let's go. And there it is. A market was reset, and I just posted the item at 6,000 gold that costs about 1,000 to make, and got the sale. Listen, this is what's so beneficial about having all these different stat markets and being able to have inventory in each one of them and posting it at market prices, market fair prices. Anyways, I can't talk about it enough. Look, there's another one. That's 10,000 gold right there. This character's been making a killing. So I'll just talk about it. I might as well. The leatherworking pulled in 30,000 yesterday. That's almost all leatherworking. That's almost all leatherworking. And that is almost all leatherworking. Why? Why is that, right? Well, there's 10,000 right there. So out of that, well, it's more like 12. Out of that 11,500, the cost of goods was about 9,000. So, or excuse me, 2,500. So the profit is 9,000. That's excellent on 2 items. 2 individual sales just brought me in 9,000 gold net profit. Let's go. That's a big deal. So this crafting account It relies on the competition in the market. So if your market is, what I'm thinking is that the saturation of the market, the people that were supplying these crafted items were driving down the prices. They weren't letting these individual buckets reset, so there were no large sales coming in. It was all small sales. All small sales are not going to be beneficial. That's how I ended up with 40,000 gold that one week. These are tiny sales. These are little baby sales. You want the big sales. And the big sales are going to come from those markets resetting. So, if you have a bunch of goblins that are constantly posting items twice, 3 times, or cancel scanning the market, all they're doing is creating an artificial floor for that market in that revenue bucket. And then all of a sudden, that's the price of that item because it's constantly supplied at that price. You gotta let those markets chill. You just gotta let them chill out, and this is the exact reason why. It's because the price of those individual stats on those individual items, like there's each one of these is priced at its own price point. Same thing up here, right? 800 gold a piece, 4,400. When you get those big sales, they're a huge increase to your pocketbook because this tunic cost the same as crafting this tunic. The cost is the same, but the profit margin is 10x. It's huge. It's a whole different game. And that's why I'm seeing these big jumps, is that I'm expecting that there are goblins that fell out of the market and are not posting as aggressively, or maybe they learned this, that you need to not post every single moment of the day so that the market will reset. Or maybe they're off playing another game. I don't know. But what I'm suspecting is that there's blacksmiths out there that don't understand this, but the leatherworking side has really loosened up and the profitability has just been skyrocketing again. So we started out on this account. This is all 3 crafters: the blue gear, the PvP gear, jewelry, and the profession gear. Profession gear does not sell well. I would not recommend even really getting into it. Don't focus on it. Make a couple, put them up, hope for the best, but it's just not selling well. I mean, that price is high. I don't know. Do whatever you want with profession gear. You're not going to see a whole slew of sales with it. So don't expect a lot from profession gear, but if you're not in the market, you won't profit from the market. Think of it that way. I stay in the market because listen, you're not going to make money if you don't have the item on the auction house. It's the bottom line. However, that does not mean flood the auction house at every moment of the day with low-costed items. Don't do it. That's a bad goblin move, and the leather workers out there are figuring it out, or the ones that didn't understand that are gone, and now we're making back to 30, 50K a day on leatherworking. It's insane. I'm in for it. We started out at 210, and I haven't even collected the last character. I don't even care. I'm going to say 450. It's good gains. So 250,000 gold on the second account in a week. I like that a lot. You'll see here that I bought items to craft more items. So I take the difference of the starting amount to the ending amount, and that is the profitability, because it is what it is. I have inventory on all these items. So this is all profit. This is all profit. 250K gold profit this week on the second account. I'm in for it. Let's go. I got things to do, so I got to get out of here. I'm gonna go play some games. I just have more to say about that week, okay? It was a bad week because of Azurweave being low, but the crafting side of it was way high. So diversifying your revenue streams and being in multiple streams will allow for that, right? If you put all your eggs in one revenue basket and then that basket has a bad week, you don't make any gold that week. But if you have a bunch of different ways that you're making gold, i.e., I almost said AIE. Been talking a lot about AI lately. Yeah, if you have a bunch of different revenue baskets that you're picking gold up out of, Azurweave bolts, transmutations of awakened heirs. Those are individuals. And crafting. The crafting has bounced back. So while a couple of those buckets were light this week and didn't profit much, the third bucket picked up a bunch. Another thing that we constantly have on the market that we sell rarely are the mounts. There's some weeks where we're getting like 300,000 gold in mount sales. I don't know why. Some collector gets in there and wants to buy them all. But if you're not in those revenue buckets to collect those sales, you don't get them. So what I'm saying is diversify your revenue income. And when you do that, you'll mitigate the times that you lose a bunch of money. Because some of those revenue will make you a bunch of money and others may fall short that week. This week, as a weave sucked, but crafting was bomb. Diversify your portfolio. I'm gonna go play some games for real now.